everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another adventure. It is going to be a fun one today because we're going to be testing out a brand new lure. Two of my favorite lures kind of combined in one thing. It is a topwater lure and almost like a swim bait because it's swim bait size. Right now we have the Rugged Thumbs duck in front of us. It is a 5-inch topwater duck lure. It is rigged with 1/0 treble hooks. It's got little spinner baits as feet, and this thing is going to be ready to get some action this morning, I'm hoping. We are joined with our buddy Fisherman Dad Jimmy behind the camera. He's going to be out here tossing some big baits too, trying to have some fun. But the main purpose of today is to show you guys all about this topwater duck by Rugged Thumbs. Our boy Cory over there at Rugged Thumbs sent us over this lure to show you guys the fine details on it. As you can see, it is a really awesome resin mold topwater duck. Has some really cool features. The paint job is phenomenal. It just seems amazing. Really high quality lure, and it's something I'm really excited about because it's topwater. I love topwater, and it's also kind of like a swim bait just because it's bigger and it's just a little bit different. So we're gonna be testing out for the first time today and showing you guys what it looks like out there in the water, and hopefully hook it up on some fish. So real quick, we got this thing rigged up on our Googan Baits muscle rod. The reason I put it on the muscle rod is I want a little bit more twitch on this action, just because it is a topwater lure. It is kind of like a spook. We want it to kind of walk a little bit more in the water, so we want something that kind of twitches a little bit more. So that's why we went with this setup. We got braid on there as well, so that way the line floats. So now that you guys know what we're tossing and what we're tossing it on, let's go ahead and get out there and show you guys what it's all about. Try to have some fun today. Let's get to it.
All right guys, so before we start tossing this thing, I'm gonna show you guys real quick. This is a 5-inch topwater lure. It's got a special little tilt to the body, so that way it kind of walks nice through the water. It's got a sharp little bill. I was gonna say point, but it is a bill because it's a duck, and it kind of just helps, you know, create that wake and push through the actual water. Behind the front treble hook, we have two little Colorado blades, and they create like a little wake. And it kind of mimics the feet of the duck, but on top of that, they kind of create a little bit of knocking I heard earlier. Maybe it's the hooks. I'm not too sure exactly what it is, but sorry, there's a lot of sun. But the knocking that this thing creates in the actual water sounds really cool and will definitely attract fish. Like, it sounds pretty natural. It almost sounds like a duck kind of clicking and clacking through, quacking, clicking, clacking, whatever you want to, you know, look at it as. But it's kind of just working its way through the water and definitely will attract the fish. So I'm assuming something like this should work here. It just gets a nice amount of attention. I'm not too sure at the same time though, because there's no ducks, there's no geese, there's nothing that, you know, matches this natural looking bait. But as far as just top water and bites and how fish act, this is usually a pretty good place for fishing lures like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a go over here, try to get towards the shade, work from the shade in towards the depth, because as you can see, the sun is coming up, but it has not made its way all the way on the water. We got sun on the right side, shade on the left side. So we're gonna work from the shade to the deep, see if we can get anything going. Ooh, that's some nice walking you can get on this bait, man. Seems like you got to go a certain speed with it. I might be going a little bit too fast, but there we go. That's what we want. What I'm trying to do is just look for little openings like this and just pitch right in there. Give it a few little tugs. Seems like slower taps is what you want from this lure. Slower little taps create that walk. So right now we're just cranking this thing with our handle, kind of letting the handle do all the movement, and it's actually working really good. I don't really have a certain technique yet to use this lure because it's the first time I've ever used it. I don't really use lures like this typically, but I'm trying to find a style that works pretty good. As far as walking this thing goes, it has a nice walk to it if you can get it going. If you reel too fast, it definitely is going to jump the walk and kind of scoot, but it still creates a nice movement because those little blades at the back, so it still looks like a duck kind of scooting through the water trying to move a little bit faster. So still, both ways I think can get a fish to bite. It's just about trying to find out where they're at right now. I don't know how I'm tossing this thing so freaking perfect. Yeah, it's like getting like right under the tree lines and not getting caught. Skills? That's a good sign. Maybe I need to slow down the duck. Oh! 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 What's up, boys? What's up? What's up? Oh my God. Oh my God, change it up. Started walking it as slow as I could. Look at this, like a 3-pound bass just came up and smoked this duck.
I didn't even see the size of that.
What? Look at this thing. What just happened, dude? On a freaking duck. On a duck. Oh my God. Well, guys, we've done it already. First fish. I think we've only been out here for about 30 minutes, and we got ourselves a nice, probably 3-pound bass on that Rugged Thumbs duck. Look at that, guys. Just came up and smoked it last minute. Changed up technique, started walking it really, really slow, kind of like a pause, twitch, pause, twitch, pause, twitch. And next thing you know, we got ourselves a nice largemouth bass. But we're not gonna end there. We're gonna get back out here, try to keep fishing this lure, try to show you guys the exact technique that I used. So if you guys are interested in picking this up, you know exactly what to do to catch these fish. But now that we know it works and we know what technique to use, let's get back out there and see if we can get a few more fish. Well, guys, first fish ever on the Rugged Thumbs topwater duck lure, 5-inch swim bait style topwater duck. And we got him just working it really, really slow, just twitching that bait, almost pausing in between each little twitch. And out of nowhere, he just came up and smoked that thing. So now that we know that they will hit this lure and we know the technique to use, let's go ahead, keep on tossing it, see if we can get a few more. If you guys know me, you know that I love swim baits, I love topwater bites. Combining those kind of two things in one lure is definitely something I'm enjoying, and it's a lot of fun. As you can see, it attracts big fish. You might not catch a ton of fish, you might not catch, you know, the smaller fish, but when you catch a fish on this lure, it is gonna be a nice fish, it looks like. Don't have my scale on me, unfortunately, but I'm assuming that that fish was anywhere from 3 to 4 pounds at least. And there's bluegill just following this thing like crazy. So right now I was just burning the duck in to see what it looks like on top of the water burning. And like when they take off, when you see them in the water and you're fishing next to them, they start scurrying on top of the water. That's exactly what this thing looks like. It's hilarious. Definitely not gonna get fish to bite probably in that type of retrieve, unless they're like aggressive like peacock bass or something. But it's just cool to see like how you retrieve this bait in almost every style and every method, and it mimics the realistic baits that you see. That's what you want from your baits, you know, you want them to look natural. You want them to match that hatch, that technique that you're trying to create. So when we have that natural movement, even scurrying, even like popping, even hopping, skipping, all that stuff that a normal bird or a normal duck would do in the water, it just helps, you know, create that realistic imitation of the lure and gets those fish to bite just a little bit more. So, bro, huge blow up. Just when I was doubting the bite, man, you just never know what you're gonna get, especially on these big baits. It's just, it gets your heart pounding too, even when you miss it like that. It's so freaking awesome, it's so fun. I'm sure we can find one more fish then if they're biting it like that. Might have to slow it down completely, but oh my goodness, something's popping top water next to me. Oh my God, something's chasing bluegill next to me. They're chasing next to me. I just can't get them to bite my lure, man. That's crazy. Well, guys, we're on our final little edge. Had one fish, one huge blow up, and a few blow ups around my lure. I think what's happening is I'm getting these fish agitated and they're seeing other bluegill kind of follow it up. And instead of them attacking my lure, they're attacking the bluegill, thinking it's you know, creating the commotion and splashing on top of the water, because that's what's getting these fish attracted, is that motion, that noise, that kicking, that rattling. That's what's getting these fish to look over here. It's getting those followers, it's getting those blow-ups. It's just not getting the fish to commit right now.
Alright everybody, so we're finishing up our day on the water. Our boy fisherman dad Jimmy's kind of putting the yak away. Well, I kind of recap with you guys real quick. This lure by far is one of my favorite lures to throw. Like, it just blew my mind. A lot of fun, a lot of action out there. The explosions on the top of the water for this thing are insane. When the fish come up after this thing, they're not trying to play, guys. They're coming up to eat it, to destroy it, and to take it under with them. We lost a huge blow up, but we got one really solid fish, probably about 4 pounds. So as far as it goes, I mean, if you're gonna be tossing a lure like this, you're gonna be attracting really big fish. And it kind of blows my mind to even think that fish would eat ducks and geese and swan and you know, creatures like this, 5-inch topwater lures. So I guess that kicking and thrashing definitely drives the fish up to the surface. And when they see these large animals, large baits in the water, they just cannot hesitate. They have to go and get that meal. Especially during this fall time of the season, guys, the bite definitely shifts. The water temperatures get a little bit lower. The air temperatures are a lot lower. So these fish, they're looking for those bigger meals because it's an opportunity to, you know, make sure that their bodies stay a lot warmer. They're cold-blooded animals, so when they come up to eat these big meals on top of the surfaces, 9 out of 10 times it's a warm-blooded mammal, and you know, it makes it a lot easier for them to heat up, to continue to get ready for the fall and the winter and the hibernation kind of season that they go through, because they are cold-blooded animals. But as far as today goes, guys, a ton of fun on this lure by Rugged Thumbs, the topwater duck. Big shout out to our boy Cory over there for sending it to us. If you guys are interested in picking up one yourself, I'm gonna leave links below in the description. He's got a ton of other awesome handmade lures, all made here in America, handmade, handcrafted, hand poured, and he's definitely coming through with some of the coolest lures on the market. So if you guys are interested in picking them up, once again, leaving a link below. Big shout out to Cory, appreciate you sending me this lure, man. But that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you like today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe so you can be part of all our future videos. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.